Listen carefully before this begins, because what you're about to hear is not motivation, not cliches, not pretty words meant to comfort you. This is a mindset that breaks illusions, a lens that reveals intentions, a mirror that shows power the way it actually works. Machiavellian thinking is not evil and it's not holy. It's simply honest. It describes the world without filters, without emotional sugar, without the polite masks people hide behind. And if you understand it properly, you won't become cruel. You will become clear. The first principle is simple. Never show your cards too early. The moment people know everything about you, they stop respecting you. Not because they want to hurt you, but because the human mind devalues what is too available. Mystery is not manipulation. Sometimes it's survival. Keeping a part of yourself in the shadows is not fear. It's strategy, because power doesn't need to announce itself. It reveals itself by choice, and once you understand that, the second rule appears naturally. Observe before you act. Most people react before understanding. They speak before thinking. They fight battles they never studied. But if you watch first, silently, patiently, intentionally, you will see what others miss. You will notice patterns, alliances, motivations, vulnerabilities, and the quiet truths behind loud voices. And you will win without swinging first. Then comes the third rule. Make your respect a scarce currency. The more easily you give it, the less it is worth. Respect should not be handed out at the door like flyers. It should be earned through consistency, loyalty, effort, presence. When you learn this, your world changes. You stop letting everyone in. You stop apologizing for standards. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. And this is where the fourth rule takes shape. Know people's weaknesses, but don't use them immediately. That doesn't make you passive. It makes you dangerous in silence. Because information without urgency becomes leverage, and leverage without desperation becomes control. Patience turns knowledge into influence. The fifth rule is a warning. Never enter a conflict you cannot exit. Winning the wrong war is just another version of losing. Pride has destroyed more men than enemies ever have. Before you fight, ask yourself, what is the price if I win? What is the price if I lose? And what is the price if I walk away? Sometimes survival is a greater victory than destruction. Sometimes silence is a sharper blade than aggression. The sixth rule is presence over volume. Your image must be stronger than your voice. The quiet man with intent is more feared than the loud man with nothing to show. Power is not noise. It is direction, posture, eye contact, timing. If you need to raise your voice to be taken seriously, they never respected you in the first place. Power is when your calmness feels like a threat. Power is when your words are measured like weapons. Power is when your stillness makes others restless. The seventh rule, don't seek control, seek influence. Control is temporary. Influence endures. Control requires force. Influence reshapes the environment. Control needs compliance. Influence creates alignment. Control can make someone obey you. Influence can make someone believe you. And this is where the loop begins. He who doesn't show his cards can observe. He who observes can strategize. He who strategizes controls respect. He who controls respect shapes perception. He who shapes perception doesn't need noise. And he who doesn't need noise becomes unforgettable. This is how a person rises without shouting. This is how someone becomes a presence, not a request. This is how a reputation is crafted before a word is spoken. You don't dominate the room by wanting to. You dominate it by not needing to. And if you can hold that inside you, you stop fighting for validation and start selecting where your energy goes. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop proving yourself to people who can't even prove themselves. And slowly, without even noticing it, you upgrade the version of yourself that the world is allowed to meet. You start living in a way that makes apology unnecessary. You start speaking in a way that doesn't chase approval. You start walking like someone who knows that walking away is an option. And that is where the real power hides. Not in confrontation, but in the freedom not to engage. Not in winning every argument, but in choosing which ones are unworthy of your oxygen. The Machiavellian mind is not about hurting others. It is about refusing to let others hurt you cheaply. It is about seeing what is coming before it arrives. It is about stepping aside before someone pushes you. It is about knowing the cost of involvement. It is about choosing altitude over proximity. And if you understood anything in this entire journey, understand this. The person who thinks you are predictable owns you. The person who thinks you need them controls you. The person who thinks you can't walk away has already defeated you. So build yourself in silence. Let them underestimate what they cannot see. Let them gossip in circles while you rise in straight lines. Let them speak loudly while you sharpen quietly. Because when the time comes, and it always does, the one who waited will decide the ending of a story others thought they were writing. And if you're still here, it means you are not just listening, you are changing. It means a seed has been planted. It means your mind recognized something it has been craving. So stay, grow, align. And if this spoke to you in places you didn't expect, then subscribe before you leave, not for me, but for the version of you that refuses to stay where it was. Subscribe and stay close. The next step doesn't start with motivation. It starts with becoming someone motivation.